morning, good afternoon, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be looking at that limited edition Sunstorm, that bright orange ball, limited edition ball that came out a couple months back. Finally got a chance to get one, get some holes in it, and finally was able to throw it for you guys. So really looking forward to showing you guys how this one rolls. Obviously, before we do, just a simple reminder to like the video if you do indeed like the video. Hit that subscribe button. Subscriptions would really do me a solid, so hit that subscribe button. Also hit that bell notification so that you know when I put out new videos. We have the Rotogrip TNT and the new 900 Global Ball that are going to be hitting the press here soon, so looking forward to showing you guys that. But first and foremost, a huge thank you to I Am Bowling and Storm for their continued support. I wouldn't be able to do what I'm able to do for you guys without their continued support, so I greatly appreciate them. For any of your jerseys, you can get them made at iambowling.com. You can use my promo code down here. It's going to be FIRO07. Save yourself 20% off of your entire apparel order, so that would be jerseys, t-shirts, long sleeves, hoodies. They do have bowling balls as well, so you can head on over and get yourself a Storm Rotogrip or 900 Global Bowling Ball. However, that promo code does not work for bowling balls. That is only apparel. So without further ado, let's get into the Sunstorm here now. Layout on this ball is going to be a 40 by 4.25 by 70. Sort of my favorite layout that I usually put in equipment. Mine, it's a little bit of a shorter pin, but pretty much the same layout. Pattern is going to be a 41-foot typical house shot. All right, let's dive in. All right, let's look at that Sunstorm here. First and foremost, because it's a storm ball, it's obviously got a scent. This scent is lemon meringue. Scent on this ball isn't really that potent. I can't really get too much scent out of it, but that scent is lemon meringue. Cover on this ball is the spec cover. It is the 6th strongest out of 27 different covers that Storm has. This was the 5th time that this spec cover has been used, the 4th time stateside. Out of box, this Sunstorm comes at 4K fast box finish. However, I would note that this 4K fast isn't exactly a lot of surface, as much surface as maybe like what was on the Infinite Physics. It could have just been mine, but it seemed pretty shiny when I took it out of the box. The core on this Sunstorm is the C3 centripetal core. This is the 18th strongest core out of 27 different cores that Storm offers. This is the 24th time this core has been used in the 9th stateside. Obviously, this core is very prominent in the IQ Tour line. Really, in any of the IQs, this is the core that's in it. Very successful core. Very useful core. Very versatile core. This is pretty much their benchmark besides the core that's in all the high roads. So very good core. RG on this ball is 249, differential is 029, that is in 15 pounds. Next we're going to look at the IQ Tour after these next two shots here. As you can tell, quite a few 10 pins that we're leaving here. It certainly, I just don't think I have really the rev rate to make the Sunstorm look good. But we'll get into that a little bit later here. Now we're going to dive into this IQ Tour. So the scent on this IQ Tour is Apple Crisp. Obviously, it's a good smelling scent. I haven't heard too many people complain about this Apple Crisp scent in the IQ Tour, but let's now dive into the particulars of this IQ Tour. This IQ Tour has been around for a long time. I mean, this is as daddy ball can get. I mean, this is a great ball, versatile ball. The cover on this IQ Tour is R2S Solid. I would assume that R2S Solid is the same cover, whether it's a solid, hybrid, or pearl. So this R2S Solid cover stock is the 22nd strongest out of 27 in terms of strength. This cover has been used 19 times. It's the 14th stateside. Actually, the first time this R2S Solid cover has been used was the Special Agent. And the latest time that this cover has been used is the Code X. It was and has been a very successful cover. As you can tell with that I mean, with that Special Agent being first on the list, I mean, that in and of itself was a really good ball. And actually, I had one of those balls. That was one of my first reactive balls that I ever had. So, very, very good ball. The core in this, as I mentioned before with that Sunstorm, the core in this is the C3 centripetal core, which is, again, the same core that's in the Sunstorm. That's kind of why I chose to use this IQ Tour and pair it up with the Sunstorm. So this C3 centripetal core, like I said before, has been used 24 times. The first time this core has been used was obviously with this daddy ball, the IQ Tour. The latest worldwide domestic sort of release, the last time we saw this core in the States besides the Sunstorm, was the IQ Tour Nano Pearl, which I think was kind of a hit and miss ball, but I think that kind of boiled down to the surface, because obviously, like we said, the core in and of itself is a really popular and successful core. So now we're going to dive into maybe a little bit of versatility with this Sunstorm. These next 3 shots here, or at least these 4 shots in this group here, I was standing on 25. And there, the first one I threw kind of a touch slow. That one I kind of sped up a little bit because I thought I had a little bit of room, and it missed the head pin. There, I kind of hit that sweet spot there, and that Sunstorm went through the pins the right way. Now we're going to throw the IQ Tour kind of in that same spot, and I have a lot more confidence kind of throwing with that IQ Tour than I do that Sunstorm, because I know kind of once it hits that spot and hits that break point that it's going to be able to bounce back. So that one I maybe pushed just a hair out. Now I'm standing on 30. I believe my target at the arrows was probably around, I would say, like 18, 19-ish. Got a couple good breaks there for strikes. Like I said, the first one I thought I pushed out. That one was probably fairly decent. That one I pushed out a little bit and flagged the head pin. So, but as you can see here again, a lot of confidence with this IQ Tour. Hit the spot, and I knew it was going to bounce back and dead flush right into the pocket. So now we're going to be standing on 35 and really trying to get the Sunstorm to hook. And I really certainly had a problem playing inside with, granted it's a leak shot, but there's still a puddle of oil in the middle. That one I thought I aced, and again, just missed the head pin. Tried to give it my best shot, trying to get the ball to hook. This one I threw about 13 miles an hour, I think, just to try and get it to come back. And it did. Still quite didn't finish. Still just didn't want to get back to the pocket. And I threw this one as slow as I did with the last one with the Sunstorm, and it goes through the nose. So there, I think you can spot the differences. All right, so we saw the Sunstorm head down the lanes here. Now, first impressions for me, and this wasn't even a first impression for me, I kind of tossed around the idea of getting one of these. And honestly, when I heard that spec was on the ball, I kind of shied away from it. However, I did see, a couple people that actually threw the Sunstorm, had some honor scores with it. It actually looked kind of good rolling for them. So I'm like, you know what, I'll just take a chance on it. If I find one for under $300 or under, I'll probably get it. And I found one for $265. Figured I'd pull the trigger, drilled it up. And again, before I drilled it up, I was incredibly nervous because it does have that spec cover on it. And spec for me just doesn't match up with me very well. The Alpha, or I'm sorry, not the Alpha Crux, the Crux Prime, very, very, I mean, it's a very consistent ball roll for anything that has a spec on it. I just don't have the hand and the tilt to be able to make that shape look good. So that one, we had the Crux Prime, also had the Belmos ball ProMotion. That one that one was a little better than I think what the Crux Prime was, but the ProMotion, it was again another smooth ball, but it just didn't provide that pop down lane that I very much love and enjoy. So I was a little nervous before I drilled up the Sunstorm. Out of the box, it did not roll great for me. Just does not read, doesn't pick up. So I hit it with some 1500, and it's after that, it's certainly rolling better. You certainly have to keep a surface on this ball to be able to get it to shape around the corner. But that being said, it's certainly a weaker piece, at least for me. It might not be for everybody else, but for me, this Sunstorm is certainly a weaker piece. I would even say that IQ Tour probably shapes a little bit more than what the Sunstorm does. So certainly a little bit of a weaker ball, but it could certainly have a place in people's bags. So who's it for? Mainly collectors, and maybe mainly people that are big fans of Storm and Storm bowling and Storm products. I know there's a lot of people that are keeping these and not drilling them, which that's absolutely okay. But I would say if you're looking to throw this ball and you're looking for something to fit a spot, I think this is what it would fit. I think lower speed players and high rev players, especially high rev players, would certainly like this ball because that spec surface is very, very controllable. I think if you have some hand and you're able to get that ball to shape the right way, I think this ball could be a home run for you. But this ball certainly needs that high rev player to kind of get that help around the corner, get it to shape through the back part of the lane. So there's certainly people that this ball is going to look good with. I just don't think I'm exactly the right person. But again, if you have a lot of hand or a lot of revs, I think this ball would be the ticket for you. So do you have a Sunstorm? Are you getting one? Do you want to get one? Are you going to drill it? Or are you just going to keep it and let it build up its value? But let me know down in the comments down below. Up next, we have the Rotogrip TNT and the 900 Global Eternity. I have those balls coming here this coming week. They're supposed to be around Wednesday. I'm really, really looking forward to those, especially the TNT, because my arsenal right now is really, really lacking balls with surface, so I'm really looking forward to having a solid again coming out and getting into my bag. But until those balls, guys, good luck and good bowling.